The thing isn't disappearing from me, but I assume we're there.
So I think it works.
No, they were down for most of the day. That's fine, because we're here. The MOONMOON Winter Open.
I mean, I can hear you.
Yeah, well, we'll assume we're there as well. Welcome, everyone. I'm Mr. Dongles. Along with me is Holy Mac. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm looking forward to this match here, the beginning of the Winter Open. Wonderful games.
And off to Dorado we go. Pharakeet Security Solutions versus JUNKRAT, which is also a draft team. But fear not. I was looking up some over buff or over GG stats for JUNKRAT, and pretty sure they were all over GM, so should be a fairly even match. Oh, look at that new UI.
We are on the new UI, boys, and with a team name called JUNKRAT, I'll be severely disappointed if every single one of their matches doesn't contain a JUNKRAT at least one. Very disappointed indeed.
I know. The thing is, I don't really know what anyone mains on JUNKRAT who's in red, but who knows what we'll get. I mean, Pharakeets, we've seen most of them rock. Weird, not wired. I learned that one last time. Stan, of course. The old Genji main. At least for a while. Wheats as well. But all people on JUNKRAT, I have no idea. It'll be a learning process for all.
Yeah, blank slates, fresh teams coming in on Dorado. They are taking the usual high ground there. With the Mercy changes recently, we don't see either team picking up a Mercy and instead opting for the Ana. Interesting choices here. We can see how those Mercy changes are taking effect on the meta right now.
Yeah, and especially with that, that small damage buff to Ana. It so far, the early stages, seems to be changing a lot, which is perfectly okay with me. Stan's even going to stick with some Hanzo here.
A few shots coming through, threading the needle, trying to get that early ult charge there. Stan will get a third of his ult already off the bat before this team even start going at it. As the cart slowly moves up this hill here. Stan getting a nice scatter arrow kill on Sit6 to start it off, but the cart's going to keep moving.
And wow, they're not even going to drop down, even though, I mean, they're winning the fight, granted, but they kind of will drop down here. Early pickoffs from Stan, obviously. Fairly good Hanzo. You see that gold bow, you know he's good. I mean, even Gray trying to get back there, asleep with them. So
that was a pretty sick clothesline there onto Gray, who was just trying to get out. Very clearly low on blinks there and couldn't really navigate his way away from the enemy team. Now his team's gonna have to wait for him, but he is Tracers, who's gonna get back early. We're gonna see him go under into the tunnels, gonna try to make his way up and around, get behind, while the rest of his team pushes on head on.
Dragon might be pushing them back here. Ooh, Gray getting a rocket to the body here from Weird. And now you have... Killer Pants has done this already in the first bit of match. He's been diving in only by himself, and they're just splitting their offensive attack here. So it's not gaining them much ground at all. That even though they got under the archway a bit, they'll be... I mean, unless they really go in as a cohesive team, it's going to be tough for them to break through the defense again. Especially with... obviously a hammer down from Cedro, but they have no defense against that, so it could be a potential like free team wipe if they land that.
Yeah, we were seeing JUNKRAT continue to push despite losing Gray, and then they continued to push despite losing their second player as well. But now they're coming up through the tunnels, all of them together, try to get behind, but we do see Pharakeet. Pharakeet do see them, and they're ready and waiting. The Dragon Blade coming out, the hammer down to counter it. Sit6 gets taken out. Stan still doing a lot of work there, managing to take out both the D.Va and her mech as well as Gray. And it's just going to clean up. They do have a minute and 30 seconds. Pharakeets have the ultimate advantage, but but Junkrat isn't too far behind here.
I mean, they have some ultimates to use on themselves with their own. Gray with the pulse bomb. It'll be interesting who they're going to nano here. Most likely Killer Pants, just to get people out of the top area, and they do get Killer Pants. He goes off but gets moved back.
A fairly wasted nano there. He is chasing the other nano target, WYRD.
Weird.
But isn't able to pick up the kill on him. Weird gets 2. Manages to pick up a 3rd, and now they're just focusing on Killer Pants, who's the kaiju coming in there, swinging around. He can't really do much. Not much for him to do. He just needs to get out of there. He's got less than 50 health there, and he's gonna jump back in and just take the death.
Yeah, and Kaio needs to get out of there, Steve. You got to keep in that mech, especially with the self-destruct here. So, Stan once again, scatter arrow kill. Having a solid defense here with the Pharakeets at the moment. They got a lot of things in their back pocket. I mean, grab and dragon strike. That's going to be an easy wipe here, potentially, as the attackers have to go in. But once again, scatter arrow gets another target.
Starts moving, but in comes Pharakeets. They're going to cut off Junkrat. The grab comes in onto Junkrats. The dragons come in to just finish them off, and it's pretty much no contest. Self-destruct goes out, but it's not going to pick anybody up through that Rhine shield, leaving just Killer Pants to get earth shattered, taken out. And that is going to be the first round. Pharakeets managing a full hold. Be a really, really hard contest here for Junkrat.
Switching sides.
Yeah, well, we see a kind of an experience thing. You know, we have a pre-made versus a draft team right now. Pharakeets have been playing together for a while. I mean, it's not quite the same roster they've always had, but still, some of these players have kind of gelled together for a bit. While Junkrat here, still trying to find their sea legs. Who knows? I mean, maybe they're not playing to their strong suits or their strong heroes. Or they're going for a comp choice, but I mean, they're finally staying true to their name, I guess. Killer Pants sitting on the Junkrat so far.
And we saw a lot of amazing work coming out from the Hanzo on the side of Pharakeets. Dan just getting the scatter arrow kills, getting the just normal arrow kills that he needed, and a lot of it was on Gray, the Tracer, as the first pick. A lot of it was the first pick, even if it wasn't on Gray, and it really helped his team out there in those fights, getting him 6v5. Wonderful work.
Yeah, I think Gray had the right idea, you know, using Tracer as a flanking hero, as many Tracers do. But I mean, it's real tough on Dorado because you have to get up to that high area. You have very few places to escape to. But you know, the rest of the team, Stan and Weird and everyone else was just already ready for Gray to pop in wherever and either sleep tartar, rocket her, or just scatter arrow the heck out of Gray.
Both teams seem to be opting for the Bastion, the defensive tank. For Junkrat, it will be Reinhardt, while for Pharakeets, it's going to be Orisa. And we're going to see if that Hog can just whittle that shield down enough so they can get in there. But it's going to be
a Bastion fight. And actually, Kaius actually has to drop his shield way before Orisa's shield can even go away.
I'm gonna hear the Orisa. The cart is gonna keep going, and it's approaching the yellow box.
Oh my gosh.
Junkrat is gonna have to jump on there and do some work. The hook fails to pull, but the Bastion is still there, just trying to take out the Reinhardt. Isn't able to do it. Kiosk staying alive, getting taken out finally by Romp, but Tit6 getting picked back up. The defense is going to hold for now. W weird. Get away. Tit6 getting hooked, but he's not going to get taken out. He's got his own heals. He's got Mercy healing him, which, by the way, Pharakeets has opted for the Mercy on their attack. Both teams have, in fact. Weird getting the picks. Pharakeets coming in. They're pushing on the yellow box of Destiny, and they make it, winning them the first map on Dorado. 1-0.
I mean, both teams going kind of like for the high risk, you know, or high reward strat here with shields and bastions. And of course, Mercy's to get the res here. But it just seems that Pharakeet's had the better of the hand here. I think Orisa's shield a little bit more mobile here to protect the Bastion on the cart rather than Orion, who is basically taken out of the equation once his shield goes down and he has no one near him to hit anything. So it almost becomes a 5v6 as Orisa is free to shoot around while their shield can just be popped right back up after that cooldown is gone.
You know, we saw Rock, the Roadhog, on the side of Pharakeet's get a few good hooks, but sadly they were placed well, but not necessarily in the right position, as none of them really got him a kill for it, but his team made up for that very easily.
Excuse me. And so with the new map pool we got going on here, we move on to control, which will be Lijiang, Nepal, or not, no, wait, it's just Ilios. Still no Route 66. Feels good, man.
Route 66, it has been a while since I've seen that very, very orange landscape.
I meant Kings Row, or whatever.
Kings Row, oh. I love Kings Row. Everybody loves Kings Row. Where's Kings Row?
I mean, for the first, I don't know, 10 tournaments, it was nothing but Kings Row.
You can never really get enough of Kings Row.
You're on that side too, huh? I feel like I'm all alone.
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be able to stand London, especially in the winter months. It might be fun in the summer, but I just can't stand that cold. It snows over there. It doesn't snow here. Oh no, Discord is down. Well, okay, so you can hear me. I believe Dongles is out. So we have solo cast from right now. We are having technical difficulties with the server. Discord has been having problems today. It's been going in and out. But Dongles seems to be messed up. Do me a favor, and to solve this, you could invite him to a group and he can talk through the game. And that's just the choice. I mean, the problem is your volumes would be messed up. Oh boy. Please hold while we take care of these difficulties that are being thrust upon us. There was some other site that we were sent, and I have no clue how to use it. I've never heard of it before, called plk.io.
Oh, yes.
And they said to use it in case it went down, but I have no clue how to touch it, how to like manage it at all. It looks like it's just IRC.
Good old IRC. He's in a group. Oh, he's not. You're in a group. I'm in something.
This player can only... You're not my friend? Oh, I feel betrayed.
this work?
Check, check. Can you hear dongles?
I can't.
You cannot. Not in game?
No.
We have it in game. Oh boy.
Wait, 1 second.
Quarter for me.
Oh,
Okay, now I got
man, that's amazing. Oh, he hears you now, by
Yeah.
the way.
I got him now.
Oh, but I'm
Oh,
back.
and he's back anyway, so it doesn't
Oh.
matter. No, let's stay in this group in case it does go down again.
Now I'm confused. I got
All
too
right.
many things running here, but I think I got your voice. I got his voice on one of the two, so I think we're good.
All right, I believe we have solved our issue and we are good to continue on, starting in 10.
Monka S, dude.
On,
Ilios.
the second match of Junkrat versus Pharakeet. Pharakeet's R1 Junkrats is 0. We're moving on to Ilios. A wonderful, wonderful time to spend in the sun. I wish it were this warm here, and it actually probably is because it is Texas, so it's very nice here. Although I guess nice is relative because a lot of people don't like the heat.
Well, I don't know. It depends on where you've grown up, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm partial to the cold out. Sometimes I don't mind a nice chilly day.
And the only reason I like the cold is because it gives me an excuse to wear nice jackets.
I feel like we're trying to segue into an ad read here somehow.
I was thinking about it, but then I realized MOONMOON doesn't have any jackets. And why would I be trying to advertise Overwatch stuff right now?
And we don't have
So,
any advertisers anyway, so woo! All right.
MOONMOON, if you're listening to this, get some jackets so we can sell those. We can sell some merchandise for you. Get a nice segue into those ads.
5,
But we're coming in here.
3,
Another fight. Stan on Genji. I'm looking forward to seeing that work. Gray on the McCree that he ended last match on, but both teams are coming here. Down at the center, one joining into the cage. They dive onto each other. And we have fight moving on so far. It's a nice trade, although Junkrat is going to be down a healer as the fight continues. Looking like Pharakeet have won the fight, and they're on off to take the point as the first victors of this round.
Oh,
The fight is over, and we are eligible to pause.
they say we're good.
As
I want to get a clear and concise answer for them. Okay, then. And then I'll start the timer. Oof.
Alright, so we're having a pause coming in here for, I believe, ping issues. It is.
Yep.
Back into the advertisement talk. What do you think would be best for MOONMOON's channel? He
Well,
started selling some physical product.
obviously the smug mug. That's the number one. The numero uno.
That just sounds amazing. I don't even have to look at it to know it'll be great.
I hope, it would be even better if they, those mugs that when you pour hot liquid into it, it changes color. So what if when you poured it in, it went into the $24.99 smug face?
Or the spy, either could work.
That's true. Yeah, move to spy as it heats up, the little nose comes on.
I don't know how that would work, but I feel like we should get on that one. Oh, what else? Smug Mug. We're already off to a great start.
painting kit that only has purples, blues, blacks, and whites. So you can do your own.
So you can make your own smug face, yeah. I feel those are popular. Those are hype. I feel a lot of people talk about that purple lady face and how they don't want it in their streams. I hear that a lot.
But then you can give it to people physically.
Yeah, then you could get. How amazing would they would be so surprised that you could probably just give it to them and take off, and they wouldn't be able to tell you that they didn't want it. That purple lady smug face, a custom made. They're gonna be like they'll be like Pepes, rare Pepes.
Yeah. Maybe in fortune cookies we replace all the fortunes with MOONMOON sayings, like "Listen, Chad."
Quotes from MOONMOON.
Yeah, or like copy pasta from like AGDQ of why these MOONMOON plebs gotta ruin my chat experience.
That would be. I can just imagine them now. Those would be huge pieces of paper you'd be slotting in there. They'd have to be folded 2 or 3 times. The full copy pasta in there. You can start a fortune cookie line. To open it up and be like, oh, what's my fortune today? Oh, and you just take the copy pasta and you just go around Twitch and you start putting it in into chats. They have no clue what you're talking about, and that's the best part.
God, we are the merch line.
Oh yeah, beginning. Someone send this to MOONMOON stat. All right, so we've got a ready. The unpause here coming in a moment. We're about ready to get back into the game. No fights going on because of our amazing rule of no pauses during fights. So you don't miss out on the action. You don't get really confused because we've been paused for too long. There's a fight that's going to happen here. We do have Junkrats getting ready, grouping up. They'll have to wait for Chaos to come out of spawn, but otherwise, both teams are ready.
I got like, give us the 2. I don't know what that means. Okay, there we are. Okay. Clarity is what I need here. All right, back
Unpause.
into it. Killer Pants the only one near an ultimate here, but that's because he's Junkrat and he spams.
All right. Already, Gray getting a pick onto Weird pretty quickly, although Stan comes in and takes out Killer Pants while he's ulting. The Tire is able to take out Wheats, though, so it is an all-right trade. We do have Junkrat very, very split up. They have 2 on point and 2 more pretty far away from point. Reinhardt coming in, Sit6 getting taken out, Gray getting taken out, but they're bleeding a little too hard to get this point right now. Pharakeets have a major advantage, and they've had it the entire fight, despite Junkrat getting the majority of the kills starting off.
And boy, Stan was going real deep. He threw out his ultimate when there's only 1 person on point, which was Keo. Then he dashed back and only got 1 more before he killing himself. But also, Killer Pants figured he was not in a good place, had to kill himself. But in the meantime,
Ult's coming
self-destruct
over it.
does get great. Interesting into that small area in the back.
It was a wonderful pick to start off, and it is going to keep Junkrat out of the fight for a little bit longer. They're going to have to rush to get on the point, as we are at 90% for Pharakeets. We did see a Tracer, Sit6, hop on the point for a second or so, but ult advantage really in Pharakeets' favor right now. So Junkrat's going to have to pull something amazing through right here in order to get this point, especially being down 4 already.
I mean, they're just batting them into corners at this moment. Sit6 is off to the side as Tracer, but he's not going to be able to get anything done. Pharakeets here, even with Stan going over to a Doom Fist for the latter half of that round. Still taking it fairly convincingly. Yeah, I guess my thought of somewhat similar ELO or ranking didn't really provide a close as I thought match.
All right, so we're moving on to Ruins. again, Junkrat not looking so well in this set right now. Gonna have to pull something a little amazing. Well, you know, maybe teamwork through the loop. Just try to stay together, push together. It seems like that's what they're lacking. They're going in groups of 2 to 3 and having the other 2 to 3 or, you know, 4 to 3 sit back and try to fire from afar, and it's not really working out for them. So hopefully they find their mistakes and they move in, and we can have ourselves a game.
Pharakeet's going with a Torb and a Ruta here. Even with the Widow in the back, with 6-6 does win the first 1v1 here for the time being, and I don't know, it's going to be an interesting fight, honestly.
We do have a Torb turret just sitting off to the side. It's got the Orisa shield on it too, so it's getting free damage. Torb already 60% up to his ult, 70%, going up really fast right now. He's going to be able to use this ult very quickly to keep that point hopefully flipped over to their favor as they are capping a point. Ult does come out from Torb just to keep them off of it, and it's just going to help clean up Junkrat right now.
And now he's still going to sit off the point here. Weird is going to be off on the pillars into a great sight line down the spawn area here of Junkrat. And Junkrat does have a Junkrat set 6 switching over to that right now. Got to break that shield, because without that turret, with that turret being there, it is just going to be so hard for them to push on the point. You're just going to be tanking so much damage here as Killer Pants here, trying to take a brunt of it as Roadhog almost has his whole hog here.
Yeah, Junkrat doesn't have a shield tank right now. They have Kiosk, but that shield can only block so much, and it's only up for so long. They're going to really have to focus on getting this turret down as soon as and as quick as possible. Killer Pants doing a little bit of work, getting rid of the shield tank with his whole hog. Was nanoed. He's coming in, and hopefully Junkrat's going to be able to hit this point. But Self-Destruct coming on point, just trying to take him out, but leaves only Gray on point as the rest of Junkrat were taken out.
Well, they keep on climbing up here. And this is a potential round winner here for Pharakeet, and they're just pushing all the way back into spawn. Set 6 getting pulled out of position here. It looks like the rest of the Pharakeets are going to drop back just for the time being. Play it safe, even with Torb, or not Torb, sorry. The Orisa shield up there. Gray already falling down early. This is going to be a good defense here to hold.
This is going to be an uphill battle for Junkrat, so they are down one immediately. Whole Hog coming in, pushing them all out, especially the tank's Kiosk looking to jump on the point, maybe stall it out. He's got nobody else on there with him. He ults fairly early there, just to jump onto the Widow, who wasn't even contesting him, leaving nobody on the point to contest. Pharakeet is going to win this second match here.
Yeah, they're going to pull up 2-0, move on to round 2 here. Weird grabbing a good old play of the game after the long pause, I think this was. And set 6 actually just basically walking into bullets at that point after a nice 3-piece of Weird. Fairly convincing to see this.
Goes to show you, very, you know, solid gameplay coming from Pharakeet. Again, just goes to show you that a team that has been together for longer, they have learned each other fairly well to this point. Going to do a little better than the team that was cobbled together yesterday, or today, was it? Cobbled together recently. Yeah, recently.
Oh, regardless, that will be a good old 2-0 Pharakeet Security Solution. They go on to face the big boys, Thought Patrol. Basically the winners of every single Winter Open, I believe. If not the past two, for sure. But that's going to be a tough match for them. First seed versus the 4th seed here in round 2. So, switch over to players, take a break. We'll be back, hopefully with more frames. Who knows? internet issues, hardware issues, software issues. It's everything. But we'll be right back.